Okay, we are now good to go. We're now good to go. Okay, so the topic is rebirth. Rebirth. But just before that, our mission statement, let's read it together. Our mission is to create multi-millionaires with beautiful lifestyle. And our vision is to build nations of world-class leaders. We will raise financially free people so that together we can make the world a better place. And our vision 2023 is to create 10,000 multi-millionaires by 2030. Our vision 2030 is to create 10,000 multi-millionaires by 2030. Rebirth. Rebirth. This training, Rebirth, is not originally mine. Like I said in the last Millionaire School, this training was created and presented by my beloved mentor, the person of Ambassador Mike Okoli. He is the entrepreneur mentor and top one in Global, Nigeria, and Africa. Technical, can you please show up? I need somebody in my office right now, a technical crew member. The journey, the history and the journey so far. You know, it's important that it's important that you understand where we are coming from so that you can appreciate what we are doing. And you can also anticipate and appreciate where we are going. I grew up discovering that I was born into a poor family. And if you are born into a poor family, it takes God for you to come out of that poverty. Ọmọ Ìlọrin ni mí. Àmọ́ ilẹ̀ Ìgbò làwọn òbí mi bí mi sí. Ìgbà tí mo tó wọ primary school làwọn òbí mi gbé mi wá sí Ìlọrin láti wá ka primary school. Mo dẹ̀ lọ primary school ní Baraka Community Primary School. Ìgbà tí mo parí primary school, mo get admission sí Baraka Community Secondary School. Ayé ìgbà tó máa ń lo form 1, form 2. That was in 1983. Immediately after my form 1, my parents took transfer for me. Wọ́n bá mi gba transfer lọ sílẹ̀ Ìgbò. Ìdí ni pé dádì mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí àfáà tó ń dẹ̀ jẹ́ imam ní mọ́sálásí kan nílẹ̀ Ìgbò fáwọn Yorùbá. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí n kéwú. Wọ́n wá gba transfer fún mi lọ sí Afikpo. Wọ́n ń pè olùkọ́ ní Afikpo ní Imo State. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí n di àfáà, kí n kéwú tààrà. Unfortunately for me, the entry exam, lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n ti gba transfer, kìí kí wọ́n ti get admission, wọ́n ti get admission fún mi tí wọ́n fi gba transfer mi kó n bíbí. Unfortunately for me, the entry exam was based on maths and English, and I don't know which of the two that I failed. Eventually, I couldn't secure admission into that school. Ó wá di ogun wájú ò ṣe lọ, ẹ̀yìn ò ṣe padà sí. Wọ́n ti gba transfer fún mi. Mi ò rà admission sí school. Ilé kéwú tó fẹ́ kí n lọ. Àwọn Lárúbáwá ló máa ń kọ́ wọn nílé kéwú yẹn. Mo jáde kó ń bẹ̀, wọ́n dá mi padà sílé. Wọn ò lè dá mi padà sí Ìlọrin mọ́, wọ́n bá fi mí sí secondary school lóníṣà. All my siblings, Ìlọrin láti mọ́ ń kàwé, èmi nìkan ni wọ́n gbé wá sílẹ̀ Ìgbò láti lọ kéwú specially, but ìgbà tí mi ò rí lé kéwú yẹn lọ mọ́, wọ́n á di pé wọ́n á ka secondary school nílẹ̀ Ìgbò. Wọ́n wá fi mí sílé kéwú So while I was in Onitsha, ilé kéwú ni mò ń gbé, and I was there for about 2 years tí mò ń gbé ilé àfáà mi kan. Ládùúgbò mi láàrin Onitsha, àwọn òbí mi ń gbé lọ́tọ̀, èmi náà ń gbé ilé kéwú lọ́tọ̀, àti ilé kéwú ni mò ń gbà lọ school. And I started learning the translation of the Quran and some other ta'lim. At a stage, mo ń jáná sí fáfá mi, tó máa ń ṣe wáàsí. Mo ń jáná sí fún wọn, tó máa ń ṣe tafsir nínú àwẹ̀. I am sure I did that for some years, for some 2 to 3 years. Mo fi ń jáná sí tafsir àti jáná sí wáàsí. That made me to really appreciate learning the translation of the Quran and preaching the Quran. Unfortunately, something happened and my afar got sick, and I was out. I dropped out of the madrasa. That was how I ended up finishing secondary school. So I will be my okay now. Nisi tó ti jáde secondary school, wá lọ sí Markaz lágége, wá lọ kéwú fully. Then àwọn colleague àwọn daddy mi wá advice wọn pé ẹ jẹ́ kó ọmọ yìí fẹ́ kan ka university. Nítorí lè kéwú gan nísìnyí, ó máa need ìwé, ẹ jẹ́ kó ka university, tó bá wá ka university tán kó wá padà lọ lè kéwú. So my dad agreed. Mo get admission sí university. Ìgbà tí mo jáde university gẹ́gẹ́ bí programming tí wọ́n máa ń fún wa, mo ti gbàgbé agreement mi pẹ̀lú parent mi. I ended up seeking admission. Seeking job. Mo padà Paris, mo kọrí sẹ́kọ̀ọ́, mo lọ gbàṣẹ́. I became a sales executive to an insurance company lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, and we are based on commission. Ọbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kiri ẹ̀kọ́ káàkiri mi àti partner mi kan. Along the line, daddy mi kọ lẹ́tà sí mi, ipe kí n mọ bọ̀ wá sílé, kí n wá kéwú. Àwọn ti kókó lóníṣàgbà yẹn, wọ́n ti kó wá sí Ìlọrin. Because as an Islamic scholar, as an imam, he wanted somebody that will inherit that profession from him, and I was the chosen one. I don't know why he chose me. I have 2 other elder brothers. He never bothered them. I was the only one that was being compelled to attend Islamic and Arabic schools so as to become an Islamic scholar. And I obliged. Mo wálé, bàtí mo dé sí Ìlọrin láti wọlé kéwú, mo secure lé kéwú sí Muhyiddin, lé kéwú àfáà Muhyiddin ní Kúlẹ́ndé. Nítorí pé mi ò kéwú láti ilẹ̀, wọ́n ní láti fún mi láàfáà kan, à ń pè ní àfáà Zunu Rain, wọ́n dá mi kọ́ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan láti fi brush me up kí n tó wọlé sí class pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yòókù. Unfortunately, at a time, I was asked to pay my admission fee and school fees. The whole money was 10,000 naira. I could not pay. My dad was already sick. He didn't have the power, the financial power to pay. And that was how I dropped out of that Islamic school again, that Arabic and Islamic school. I dropped out of school, out of that Islamic school because of 10,000 naira school fees. My mom never wanted me to go to Ilekewu. She preferred that I work. She could pay that money for me, but she didn't. So I was forced to look for a job. Somehow, I got a job. I started doing 10,000 naira teaching. I left that, got another better job with a manufacturing company. I was earning 30,000 naira. And with that, I decided to settle down. Mo dẹni tó níyàwó nílé. Mo lọ gbalé sí Sango nílọrin. Mo rẹ̀ sí Sábíàmọ́. Just in 6 months into that relationship, I lost my job. And I was back on the street. I started doing another sales boy job when they were still constructing mandate markets. Mo wà ńbẹ̀, mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ as a secretary for one of the contractors. And that was when somebody said there is another job for me, something that is in line with what I learned from school. I read electronics from school. So wọ́n ní kí n wá ṣiṣẹ́ as an IT consultant. What that IT firm does is to convert manual accounting into automated software-based accounting system. So we recommend software to companies. We implement it for them. We train them on how to use software for the accounting processes. And I was learning very fast. I could remember that time we are recommending Sage Line 50, Sage Line 100, Pastel. At the time I was studying ACPAC. I was planning to go and get ACPAC certification. I started learning accounting principle. I had to buy accounting books by Frank Wood, started learning accounting process. And I was falling in love. I love that process. I love that experience of, becoming an accountant, and also at the same time, an IT, personnel. I enjoyed that job. But because nǹkan tó máa gbìn sí yẹn lórí for years kì í sábà clean bọ̀rọ̀ easily. Bí mo ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ni mo tún ń wáṣẹ́. I was also looking for a road safety job. Meanwhile, while I was in service, because I served in Owerri, RS 9.4 Owerri, I was the cadet in chief of NYSC Road Safety Club. So that gave me the privilege to work closely with the sector commander then. There was this one, Jonah Ugu, who was the sector commander in RS 9.4 Owerri. Kò pẹ́ tí mo ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú wọn, in less than 6 months, the man left and another person came in, one commander Tomotojo. So I knew these two people very well. I worked with them closely. So when I was looking for road safety, I even had recommendation letter, certificates of recognition of my service for 1 year in Owerri from NYSC Road Safety. So when I was applying for NYSC Road Safety job in Ilorin here, I had all of these credible letters and certificate to attach to my application that would give me edge. And I also need people that matters. As a matter of fact, as of the time ẹni tó jẹ́ former sector commander in Owerri pẹ̀lú mi tí mo bá ṣe last year, the man has been transferred to Ilorin as the head of operation, regional operation. So I had a chance of getting the job. While I was trying to get white t-shirts and sneaker and boxer and all that for the interview, my boss in Ibadan asked me pé kí mo fẹ́ fi tennis tí mo fẹ́ ra white tennis mo fẹ́ fi ṣe. Mo ní ẹ má bínú sá kí n tó wá gbaṣẹ́ yìí ní Ìbàdàn níbí mo ti apply for road safety job. So and the interview is fast approaching. Then the man asked me a question. Wọ́n ní Ango kí ló fẹ́ fi ìgbésí ayé rẹ̀ ṣe? Kí ló fẹ́ fi ìgbésí ayé rẹ̀ ṣe? So fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ sí ìyàn ni àbó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ sí orí ara rẹ̀? Èwo ló fẹ́ ṣe? Mo ní mo fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ sórí ara mi ni. I would prefer to work for myself. So he said, if you want to work for yourself, why go for a road safety job? And the man encouraged me to take my decision. And I can decide. Because he said something. He said, Olo fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ sórí ara rẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ tún lọ ọlọ́ngbàṣẹ́ ìjọba. Tó bá ti gbàṣẹ́ ìjọba ìtàn, before you know it, you will just get lost in the job, and before you know it, you spend the next 35 years there and retire, and you begin to wonder what happened to you. You have to decide. So I decided not to go for the job. I decided. I took that decision. Even though I had the good chance to get that job then. That was in 2007. Imagine if I was to be in road safety as a graduate since 2007. You can imagine what level I would have been now. And as somebody who is really passionate about the job, I'll probably be one of the highly ranked, regular officers there by now. But I busted that interview. I boycotted it. I didn't go. And I decided to face that career. And that was when network marketing was introduced to me. So ìgbà tí mo rí network marketing, mo wò pé wow, this is another career entirely that I think I'm in love with. If I continue with this accounting expert, an IT accounting consultancy, I will still end up becoming a one-man business. I'll probably have 2 or 3 or 5, 10 staff working with me. Yes, I'll have my own company, but I'll still be in the S quadrant. I already read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So when I now saw network marketing, I realized that network marketing will get me to the big quadrant faster. And I decided to specialize in network marketing. Bí mo ṣe resign kó níbi iṣẹ́ yẹn nìyẹn. I got started in network marketing and I decided to relocate to Abuja. Why Abuja, of all places? While I was working in Ibadan, my boss secured a contract in Abuja. We got a contract to computerize NACA accounting, National Agency for HIV Control, for control of HIV/AIDS. As of that time, it was one Professor Oshotimeyi that was the head of NACA. I was actually the one that implemented their payroll package. I installed it. I trained them on that. I've become very good at the work then. But I preferred network marketing to being an IT, accounting expert. So I resigned that 10,000 naira job in Ibadan. And I decided to go for network marketing. I already had one motorcycle that I was riding. I took that motorcycle back to Ilorin. When I was in Ibadan, I was using that motorcycle to do jama. I was carrying passengers with my private motorcycle. Tí mo bá ṣiṣẹ́ látàárọ̀ dilẹ̀ ṣú, màá gbé báàgì iṣẹ́ mi kalẹ̀, màá ta mọ́kadà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń tijú láti ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ máa fi mọ́wọ́ dẹnu. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó bá ń tijú, olè nìkan ló bọmọ jẹ́, olè ló bọmọ jẹ́. Never you be ashamed to do something that will bring money into your pocket, in as much as it is genuine, it's legal, and it's morally sound, and it's religious. So on getting back to Ilorin, I told my wife we are relocating to Abuja because contract at Irigba Abuja Oti introduced me to Abuja. At the time I was living in Valencia Hotel when we were executing that contract for 10 months. We were executing a project. So for months I was living in an hotel. People in the neighborhood of that hotel, Blantyre Street, Wusetu, they look at us as big boys living permanently in hotel. There is enough free food, complimentary breakfast in the morning. I'm fresh, but I don't have money, and my wife and my son we are suffering at home. Gadila won mu 10,000 ni mo ngba salary. Tí mo bá gba 10,000 tí mo fi ránṣẹ́ sí wọn kò tó wọn ná lóṣù kan. But èmi wà okay tí mo bá ti jẹ complimentary, breakfast tí hotel yẹn tán látàárọ̀, màá máa mú mi sí ni. Ebi ò ní pa mí tílẹ̀ máa fi sú. But I knew I was just living a fake life. There are many people like that were living fake life. But I told myself the truth. I was not rich. I was only living temporarily rich that time. Níjọ́ tí contract yẹn bá ti tán, ó ti tán fún wa nìyẹn. A máa padà sí Ìbàdàn, ebi wọn máa pa wá lọ́fíìsì. Tẹ́bi ọba máa pa mí ní Ìbàdàn ni mi ò ní mọ̀ fọ̀kadà mi ṣe jámọ̀jámọ̀, wọ́n fi gbé passenger ká tó rí contract yẹn. So when finally I got to know about network marketing, I resigned that accounting job too, and I decided to relocate back to Abuja. On getting to Maraba Park, when I was set to go to Abuja, I was charged 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira. Owó ọkọ̀ láti Abuja lọ sí Ìlọrin gbà yẹn, àwọn mọ́tò kékeré láti Maraba Park, it was 2,000. So I already settled home. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí mo gba last salary tán, mo settle grandmother mi àti ìyàwó mi. And I decided to relocate to Abuja with just about 2,500 in my pocket and my Okada. Mo ti gbàgbé pé Okada tí mo gùn yẹn, motorcycle yẹn tí mo bá ti sọ̀kalẹ̀, ó ti dẹrù. You understand? So I became stranded again. Then something told me, why don't you fuel this motorcycle with the little money you have in your pocket and ride it to Abuja. Meanwhile, I have never tried that journey before, and nobody has ever rode. I didn't know anybody who has ever rode a motorcycle from Ilorin to Abuja. For me to even know whether the money in my pocket will be enough to fuel that motorcycle, I just took that risk. There are so many things that have happened to me that confirm to me that this journey that we are embarking on was not ordinary. This journey is a God-designed journey. Don't forget how my parents naturally planned me to become an Islamic scholar, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. One, I didn't get the admission in Afikpo, Imo State. When I finally traced back that career path and got admission again in Muhyiddin College of Islamic Studies, Kulende, I still drop out of that Ilekewu because of 10,000 naira. I could not afford to pay school fees. Why couldn't my mother support that dream? Why couldn't I see somebody in the family? None of my uncles, nobody supported me. Even somebody that I thought would have supported it, who is a notable affair, who would have supported that vision, actually discouraged me too. So I quitted, I dropped out of that Ilekewu. And when I decided to go to Abuja, I couldn't still not pay for my transport fare and the Okada. And I decided to take the risk. I took the risk of riding motorcycle from Ilorin to Abuja. A lot of danger ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi. First danger tí mo rántí ni pé tanker epo kan overtake mi. Bátẹ́gùn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fì mí nì. Díẹ̀ ló kù kí n kó sí kòtò, Ọlọ́run ló yọ mí. But God saved me. Òtútù kó sí mi lára, òjò pa mí tí mo fi dé Abuja ni. Mo ń gbọ́n pìpìpìpì lórí ọ̀kadà. Kàkà kí n padà sílé, mi ò padà. Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tọ̀ sára lórí ọ̀kadà ni. Òun Ọlọ́run fi bá mi lé òtútù yẹn lọ. No single police stop me on the road. Ọlọ́pàá kankan ò dá mi dúró tí mo ti láti Ìlọrin lọ Àbújá. Road safety ò dá mi dúró, VIO kankan ò dá mi dúró, òjò rọ̀ títí tí mo fi dé Àbújá ni. That is also another very powerful sign. Ọlọ́run fi bá mi lé challenges yìí àwọn ọlọ́pàá nítorí pé ọ̀kadà mi ò ní plate number. It would have been a problem for me. At a time, sprocket machine mi jẹ chain bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ire bọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan lẹ́ẹ̀mẹwàá. Mi ò mọ bí mo ṣe fi òkúta tí mo fi gbá cover chain yẹn títí tó fi lose it, tí mo fi fọwọ́ lose yẹn, tí mo fi fọwọ́ tún ṣe, tó bá ire bọ́lẹ̀ máa fọwọ́ fi sí. Mi ò wá dé cover yẹn mọ́, mo kàn dé ẹ̀yìn machine títí tí mo fi manage ẹ̀ délùú kan. Wọ́n fi bá mi change sprocket yẹn. Owó tó yẹ kí n fi ra epo mo fi change sprocket. Owó tó yẹ kí n fi ra epo mo fi change tube because at a time táyà ọ̀kadà yẹn bẹ́. Bí mo ṣe ń lọ along the line, epo tán nínú ọ̀kadà mi. Mo kàn fáyà lọ, mo kàn gbọ́n epo tán. Mo bá bend ọ̀kadà, mo tún kánná sí, mo tún lọ, ó tún ṣe luckily for me, ìgbà tí ó takú lẹ́lẹ́kejì mo ti wọ ìlú kan. And I was already in Niger State. Ní Niger State, wọ́n máa ń ta epo lẹ́sẹ̀ títí bí ìgbà tí wọ́n ń ta pure water ni. Mo bá tọrọ epo lọ́wọ́ small boy kan tó ń tepo, kó jọ ó bùn mí lépo. Àti Ìlọrin nìyá tí ń jẹ mí bọ̀, bá petrol bá kùdí, ẹrọ̀fọ̀ ti bo gbogbo ara mi. Anybody that will achieve his dream in life must be humble. If you are too proud that you cannot beg, èmi ò lè bẹ̀yàn, ilé mọ́ bẹ lọ́hùn kí n tún mọ́ bẹ̀yàn. Tó bá bẹ lọ́hùn tẹ́ èèyàn lọ́wọ́ ọ̀ràn sí ọ. That is proudness. Tẹ́wọ̀n káwọn èèyàn máa make statement yẹn, a lè mọ́ bẹ lọ́hùn kí n tún mọ́ bẹ̀yàn. Ọ bẹ lọ́hùn, ọ bẹ ní tọ́lọ́hùn bá rán sí ọ pé dákun, táwọn pé wọ́n lọ́hùn ránṣẹ́ sí mi, dákun mọ́ sàjẹ́sẹ́ yìí fún mi, I need your help. So, ọmọ yẹn kọ́ ló lépo, but he gave me information of the owner of the petrol. Bí mi ò ṣe gbàgbé tó, ẹni tó ní petrol ó ń gbá snooker lábẹ́ tẹ́ǹtì kan lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan ni. Lágbẹ́ ayére kan, bí pẹ́pẹ́ kan. Wọ́n á lọ bá. Ó dẹ̀, gbogbo kìíní tí mò ń sọ, ibi àlá ló ṣe rí lójú mi nísìn. I don't know where I got the morale, where I got that kind of thinking without looking back. It was God that was guiding me. It was God that was prompting me to take all of this risk. Baba yẹn fún mi lépo, ó ní kí baba yẹn fún ọmọ kékeré yẹn fún mi ní 2 liters. I knew 2 liters was very small. I was still somewhere close to Lapai. Àwọn tó bá mọ John ibẹ̀ yẹn dáadáa, wọ́n mọ̀ pé Lapai yẹn jìnnà s'Abuja. Because from Lapai, I will still have to travel down to Lambata Junction. Màá ṣe wá yí àsápọ̀ ọ̀tún. Ẹni tó bá ń lọ Abuja máa yà sápọ̀ ọ̀tún. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ padà sí Minna máa yà sápọ̀ òsì. Wọ́n á yí àsápọ̀ ọ̀tún. From that Lambata, I will get to Izom. From Izom to Maje to Madala. Madala Junction ni màá fi ìyà wọlé sínú Madala. Because Madala ni mo ní contact sí. Bí 2 liters ṣe gbé mi délé láti somewhere close to Lapai to Madala, it remained a miracle. Nígbà tí mo ṣe ń lọ Ọlọ́run top petrol mi ni, Ọlọ́run top petrol mi ni. God really had me on a mission. It was that God, I knew that it was a mission that God sent me, and it was by me. I finally located my first network marketing company. I started doing business, and I struggled like that for the next 5 years. Ọdún márùn-ún mo fi struggle. In about 2 weeks' time, ìyàwó mi padà wá join me. We got a place. We rented an apartment. We moved out of where I was cutting, and we started managing ourselves. No phone. I could remember àwọn tó gbà wá sílé. One flat mattress. Àmọ́ ń ká mattress yẹn bí ẹni ni. You can imagine mattress tí wọ́n ta máa ń roll bí ẹni táwọn afokùn so. Ṣé mattress la máa pè yẹn? One flat slippers mattress. Òun la wá bẹ̀ wọ́n pé kán jọ. Àtẹ̀rù wọ́n ní mattress ńláńlá kan. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kékeré kan nínú yàrá yẹn. A ní kán jọ kán fún wa ní mattress kan. A ti rò pé ńláńlá yẹn ni wọ́n máa gbé fún wa. Wọ́n kàn fún wa ní flat one yẹn ni. A dẹ̀ gbà, a dúpẹ́ fún wọn. Flat mattress tó ti pẹlẹbẹ. Oníhà méjì. Èèyàn méjì lè sùn bẹ̀. Not the single one, but ní double yẹn ni. I started managing life. Láàrin oṣù kan, we had 1,000 naira, we will be celebrating 2,000 naira in a month. I was actually living on profits. You see, people that cannot develop selling skills, they do not know what they are doing with their life. In life, no matter what you do, you need sales skills. Even if you are a lawyer, even if you are a doctor, you need sales skills. But unfortunately, you see the poor people, we don't like sales. Àwọn olùsè fẹ́ tà nǹkankan, wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ náwó. You cannot buy anything if you cannot sell something. You must learn to sell something first before you can buy something. So I started selling products. I struggled like that for the next 5 years. Until 5th year, I broke through in my network marketing experience. And I discovered that our network marketing industry is already divided into two. There are an old generation company and there are new generation company. Just like at the time in Nigeria, the banking sector was clearly divided into two. We could say there are old generation banks in Nigeria at the time. That was around 2003, 2004. Particularly after the capitalization, when they asked all the banks to provide 20 billion, I mean 25 billion. At that time, àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ báńkì kó balẹ̀, then some new set of banks emerge. And you can see clearly line of division between old banks, old generation banks, and new generation banks. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni network marketing ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ ní táìmù kan. Around 2011, 2012, our industry was undergoing some metamorphosis. There are upsurge of new generation network marketing company. And because I was a reader, I got to know from a book that there are now new generation and old generation. That this is the time somebody have to decide where you want to belong. And I decided, when I changed my company, I was not struggling. That was when I just broke through. After struggling for 5 years, I just decided to start a new life with new generation company. And I moved myself and my team. We did a meeting and we said we are leaving another company. You don't necessarily need to move around now. The thing is very clear now. The industry is stable back now. If you're already here in a new generation company, you don't need to move around. So I joined my second network marketing company, and because I was experienced from where I was coming from, in 6 months, I broke through again, got free international travel to Dubai. In another 6 months, I qualified for a brand new car that worth 1.820. That was when I made my first 1 million, to the tune of almost 2 million naira. Plus my current bonus for that month, I made over 2 million naira. And I bought myself a clean Toyota Mozu, got an office in Sabondale Shopping Complex, Jabi, became a big boy in network marketing. Then it happened. Unfortunately, my new company was managed like a one-man business. I discovered the company lacked integrity. Yes, it pays more. They have a better, kind of flexible plan. But the management was weak and lacked integrity. And that was how I was frustrated from that company. And I finally made it to AIM Global. So this is how we got to AIM Global. So on starting over afresh in 2016 in AIM Global, something just told me I should go and do this business in Ilorin. I only hung around in Abuja for some months, like about 2 or 3 months, to learn the AIM Global compensation plan, AIM Global products, AIM Global tradition and culture. I learned everything. I could see clearly the difference between AIM Global and where I was coming from, the other 2 companies that I've worked with. Once I ascertained these certain things, every other training that I need, I packed them and I came down to Ilorin. And if the need be, I would travel back from Ilorin to Abuja to go and learn from Professor Shanwi Coronado. I made sure I was always attending Professor Shanwi Coronado's training throughout that period. Even sometimes when I have a training to attend while in Abuja, and I did not have transport fee from Ilorin, from Suleja to Abuja, I will go and beg conductor and driver to carry me free. As of that time, Air-Rufai bus was 70 naira, 100 naira. And yet I could not afford it that time. And I would beg conductor just for me to go and get training. Never ever you give yourself any excuse why you cannot get training. Even if you do not have money, trek. If you cannot trek, if it's not trekkable, it's not realistic to trek from Abuja, from Suleja to Abuja. It's going to be very stressful, but I have to beg for somebody to help me. Several times I will beg conductor or even ordinary passenger, other passengers to pay for my transport fare just for me to get training. After I have equipped myself with training, I came down to Ilorin. What prompted that decision was because ìgbà tí wọ́n gbé mi kúrò ní Ìlọrin ní kékeré láti lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ilé kéwú lónìṣà. Gbàrà tí mo dé orí bíríìjì Onitsha báyìí, tẹ́ bá tẹ́ ti wọlé lásàbà tẹ́ ti ń wo Onitsha lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan, ẹ máa rò pé small London lẹ fẹ́ wọ̀ ni. You see a lot of upstairs, beautiful cities. Mo wá wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn for years. By the time tí mo ti dàgbà, tí mo ti jáde university, mo padà sí Ìlọrin ní 2004. The whole environment looked very disgusting to me. I was not happy. Bó ni ìlú ṣe máa wà for more than 15 to 20 years tí ò change. Gbogbo páànù wa ló dógun yìí, gbogbo ilé alámọ̀ tí mo fi lẹ́gbà kékeré bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ṣe wà ìgbà tí mo padà dé. I was not comfortable with that sight. Ó wà disgusting sí mi because mo ti dé ìlú kan rí tí mo rí pípẹ̀ ṣe rí. I started asking myself, kí la lè ṣe láti lè fi change environment wa? Something told me, this business that you have just started is what you can use to help your people. Take it down. Stay here and build it with your people to liberate them from poverty. And I took that decision. I started doing my business. I slept in the office for 2 good years, more than 2 years, sleeping with ordinary carton of our products. I would tear the product carton open, and I would use it to lie down on tiles. And for 2 years, I was bathing with cold water. Both rainy and dry season. During Harmattan, I was using cold water to bath. I was fasting with gari, to break man with gari, have iftar with gari for 2 years. I didn't run back to Abuja, even though I've already built a house in Abuja before I came down to Ilorin. My wife was working and was comfortable. She's earning good salary. As a registered nurse and midwife in General Hospital Suleja, I could have just been depending on her salary. But because of that thing, which even myself I could not explain, that spirit continued to drive me to remain here, to do this business. Maybe because of people that God wanted to use me to change their life. Go and check. As many husbands of nurses normally depend on their wife. They are usually relaxed because the wife is making good money, but never in my case. I have a friend that we were together, my roommate in during service, that was already in the US. We were together in the service, and after my service, the guy went back to Ibadan. And incidentally too, at the time I was also working in Ibadan, and he became my closest friend. And during that time, the guy got green card. He won green card lottery, and he traveled to US. He was encouraging me to move over to US. Since my wife is a registered nurse, he was saying I never knew the kind of opportunity that I have, that if I can just decide to come down to America, my wife will be making big money and I will be the biggest boy. But I'm not the type of person that will be using people, using somebody. For what? Why would I be using my wife as a tool to make money? Because she studied nursing. I will now take her. She will not be the one working like Jackie. Why I will be big boy enjoying? I said, no. We will make our money in Nigeria here. I never encouraged my wife to relocate to America because I knew she will make money. And I was building this business. I started talking to family and friends. And this is 8 years down the road. Today, Dream Life International is a massive success. Today, I cannot count the number of silver executives, gold executives that we have. Today, I am sure I am the number one global ambassador in Kwara State. No any indigenous network marketer in Kwara State, in M Global, that is a global ambassador before me. I was the first. And today, I have 3 global ambassadors under my network that are doing well. Many people have made millions of naira. I cannot count the number of people who have made over 1 million naira, over 500,000. I cannot count. I cannot count the number of people that have made more than 20 million, 30 million, 50 million. And I know of somebody in my network that I trained who have made over 100 million naira. In 8 years, as many youths who could have been depending on their parents up till now because they would have been jobless, as many of them now are comfortably married, taking good care of their family because of my singular decision to bring this opportunity down to Kwara State. And I remained here. Even during serious challenges, I never ran back. This mission, this vision, if anybody thinks it's just something Ango sat down to draft and then later he sat down with his mastermind and they drafted it or whatever, I'm telling you, this is not our making. It is God making. As you can see, as many people would have taken to the path of easy journey in their life, but I decided to take the tough path because this is God's mission. The vision belongs to God, not my vision. As you can see from some of these stories that I've told you, there are many things, many things that happened that was enough for me to run back to Abuja, but I never did. I remained here. I could have died when I was going to Abuja because of network marketing on the road. I could have died, but God saved me. When I was frustrated out of my second company, as a result of lack of integrity of the company, I was growing very fast, but I was unfortunate to fall under a leader that was dubious and envious, jealous, that didn't want my growth. So I was frustrated out of that company. And I was asking myself, God, why would this happen to me? I never knew that God wanted me to have a taste of what it is when somebody is being maltreated, when somebody is being frustrated. God wanted me to have a taste of it so that when finally I will be in this position, I will know how it feels and I will never do that to anybody. in my entire years of experience in network marketing. This is my 16th year. I have never frustrated anybody. I have never cheated anybody. Go and do your findings. Nobody can ever say Ango cheated me and he sat on my money or he snatched my downline. You will never get such. You will never find somebody. If anybody say I snatched his downline or I held his money or I converted his, I diverted his product or I did anything wrong to him, call the person to come and say it to my face. Because I have suffered that kind of maltreatment in the past. I do my business with the fear of God. So this vision is not my making. I have 100% confidence that the kind of Islamic scholar that my dad wanted me to be, God had a different plan. I may not be a purely an Islamic scholar, but I know we are shaping people's life here to live a godly life. Network marketing is a godly, caring, sharing, and loving business. If you are not of God, you can never build it. If you build it to an extent, it will never sustain. This is the journey so far. This is 8 years down the road of creating multi-billionaires. I want you to please pay attention. Even though we have achieved great feats, but right now, we are about to shoot up tremendously. We are about to move out. We're about to create another powerful momentum. It is now that we really want to start this business all over again because of rebirth. We want to be reborn. I just discovered from Ambassador Michael Okoli that there are certain traits, there are certain behavior, there are certain character that you must have for you to really achieve your vision. And that is what gave birth to this training. So if you have ever heard about this training before, don't assume you already know anything. Just make sure you pay attention. As you are going to also discover that I've also done some assignments to make it more clearer to us. I believe you can see my screen right now. Can you see my screen? Please confirm for me if you can see my screen. Yes, thank you. So guys, this is the journey so far. Now here is Rebirth. The 7 articles of Rebirth. Number 1, if you want to be reborn, you must be selfless. You must be selfless. Selflessness is number 1 article to Rebirth. Selflessness. So as from today, as from this moment in our journey of Dream Life International, in our journey on our vision of building leaders, global leaders of nations, who will raise financially free people so that together we can help to make the world a better place. If you want to really achieve this great feat of becoming a global leader, who will give birth to as many global leaders and financially free people, who will become so godly that will be using his time, his energy, his wealth, his resources to help to make the world a better place, then you have to be selfless. We are raising people who are interested in helping other people, not just to make money. Yes, I know the reason why we call people to join us to come and make money. We call people to come and make money. That's the first approach to inviting people. We show them to come and see how they can make money. But in real sense of it, let me tell you the truth today. In real sense of it, if at a time you could not grow beyond making money to joining the vision, then you will be surcharging yourself. Because the only thing you make is money. There are some other things that are better than money. And in a nutshell, what is that thing that is better than money? It is gaining the kingdom of God. gaining the kingdom of God, gaining Al-Jannah. There is a way you will do this business, and you'll be sure that you have done some great thing on earth. If that will be added to your daily 5-time prayers as a Muslim. Human beings naturally are selfish. Human beings naturally are selfish. Anytime people want to do something, the question they ask themselves is, what is in it for me? What do I have to gain? Many people, if there is nothing for them to gain financially, monetarily, they quit. People who are only encouraged to work because of money cannot last in this business. They will only do it for a time, because a time along the line, that money that was flowing initially may cease. How many of you agree that in business, life is like this? You go up, you go up, you go down, you go up. You are not fixed in one position. You are not in a salary job that you already know what you earn at the end of the month. It is business. Nobody can beat his chest and say, I know how much I must make, exactly how much I will make in a month, or in a week, or in a day. You cannot say that in network marketing. It is only in jobs with fixed income that you can say that. Ẹni tó bá mọjọ́ wò ló mọjọ́ kú. Do you know there is an hadith that said that you are not a believer yet until you love for others what you love for yourself? The golden rule, you need to equip yourself with the golden rule. The golden rule says, do as to others what you want for yourself. What you want other people to do to you, that is what you should do for others. If you want people to respect you, respect other people's feelings. If you want to be helped, help other people. If you want to be supported, support other people. That's the idea. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La yu'minu ahadukum ata yuhibbu li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsihi." None of you is a believer until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. Is at the 13 from out of the 40 hadiths and Nawawi hadith. None of you is a believer until you love for yourself, for your brother, what you love for yourself. As you are doing this business, you must always ask yourself, what I'm doing to my fellow success line, to my fellow downline, is it right? Do you know there are some people, their job is to destroy? Make sure you are not one of those people. On this earth, God is the ultimate authority over this heart. But do you know there is another creature created by God that sees himself as a sovereign authority that wants to that is competing with God? And who is that creature? Is Satan. Shaitan. Shaitan sees himself as an opposition to God. He has declared himself as an opposition. He has decided to derail people. Anybody that wants to do God's work, Shaitan wants to derail you. So in this world, you cannot just be in the middle. You have to belong to one. Is it that you are working for God or you are working for Shaitan? Is it that you are a believer of God or you are a believer of Shaitan? So make sure you love for yourself, for others, what you love for yourself. Make sure you put people first. Whatever thing you do, you ask yourself, is it right? Is it fair for the people involved? Will I want people to know what I'm doing? Will I want people to meet me doing what I'm doing? When you go on tell about things, tell you about fẹ́ buy and bet lórí ẹ̀. Ntí ò dá ni. Èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe, kẹ́yìn máa ṣe nǹkan, kẹ́yìn máa ṣe nínú òkùnkùn. gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ń ṣe nínú òkùnkùn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ rẹ̀ aburú ni. Nǹkan yọ kan náà ni ẹ̀sìn gbà ẹ́ láyè tán encourage kó o ṣe nínú òkùnkùn. Òun náà ní ìbálòpọ̀ pẹ̀lú aya rẹ àbọ́kọ rẹ ẹni ẹ máa ṣe nínú òkùnkùn. But any other thing that you cannot do in the open under the bright day sunlight is most likely to be a bad thing. Number 2 of the article of rebirth is loyalty. Loyalty. We are raising group of people who are ready to follow laws and regulations of human law and regulations. That's what we do in Dream Life International. We are raising group of people who are ready to follow laws and regulations. We are not raising rebellious people. Human beings are naturally rebellious. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń fẹ́ máa ń kọdí òfin àwọn èèyàn ni. Wọ́n fẹ́ tẹ̀lé lánàá, wọ́n fẹ́ tẹ̀lé èèyàn. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ máa ń ṣàgbọ́nrúgbọ́dí, wọ́n fẹ́ máa ń ṣe tara mi ni màá ṣe. Make sure you are loyal. If you really want to get to the top, if you really want to materialize this vision in your life, you want to be of the vision, you want to be a workforce for the vision, you must be loyal, 100% loyalty. You must take instruction from your leaders. You must be teachable. You must be governable. You must be ready to be regulated. Apart from the fact that it will help you to generate results, like we know now in industrializing the connected economy. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, follow Allah and my messenger and the leaders among you. And listen to this. For some people that have the habit of saying, leader mi ò fẹ́ràn òun dénúdénú, kò kúkú ní rí nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe, èmi ò lè tẹ̀lé instruction yẹn, mi ò tẹ̀lé sọ fún wọn, so màá ṣe tèmi lọ́tọ̀. After all, this is an independent business. Àwọn tó máa ń ṣe báyẹn, look at what Allah has to tell you. I didn't give this in the last millionaire school. Look at this. Bada Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah said, Inna lazina yubayihunaka innama yubayihuna Allah yadullahi fawqa haydi faman nakasa fahinnama yakusu ala nafsihi wama awfa bima ahada alayhun laha fasayuti'in ajran azima. Surakallahu al-Azim. Allah said, indeed, those who swear allegiance to you swear allegiance only to Allah. The hand of Allah is above their hands. Then whosoever breaks the oath, breaks his oath, breaks it only to his own detriment. And whoever fulfills the covenant he has made with Allah, he will give him a great reward. Surah Al-Fatih 48, Quran 48, verse 10. Kí l'Ọlọ́run sọ fún wa ní Yorùbá? Ọlọ́run sọ fún Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ó nígbà tẹ́ ń ṣe májẹ̀mú láàrin ara yín, ìwọ àtàwọn sàábé rẹ, àtàwọn ará Mákà ni, àtàwọn ará Mádínà ni, any of your followers that you are having agreement with, ìgbà tẹ́ ń gbé owó lára yín yẹn mọ̀, táwọn yẹn bá fẹ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n múlẹ̀ tán bá ń ṣàdéhùn pé ta ló fọwọ́ sí. Gbogbo tradition ni àwọn èèyàn máa ń lo pé kẹ́yìn fọwọ́ sí nǹkan as an agreement. Aṣíwájú wa náwó síta báyìí wípé ọyá ọwọ́ mi ni tó bá fọwọ́ sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ìtọ́ tó gbà tó support ọyá àwọn náà gbé ọwọ́ lé mi. So àwọn ànábì náwó síwájú àwọn sábẹ́ rẹ̀ àwọn mùsùlùmí tó àwọn tó ń dé àgbàgbà wọ́n náwó gbọ́wọ́ lé lórí. Ọlọ́run á sọ pé sẹ́ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gbọ́wọ́ lé ọwọ́ ànábì yẹn tẹ́ ṣe gbọ́wọ́ lé ra yín lórí òun, ó ní ọwọ́ tèmi Ọlọ́run náà ń bẹ lókè pátápátá tèmi náà fi sí. So gbogbo ẹni tí ń búra tí ń ṣàdéhùn kìí ṣe àdéhùn, kò ṣàdéhùn lásán pẹ̀lú Ànábì Muhammad, ó ń ṣe àdéhùn pẹ̀lú èmi Ọlọ́run ni. Ẹni tó bá wá jàǹbá àdéhùn yẹn kìí ṣe ìjọ ànábì, kìí ṣe ànábì ló jàǹbá o, ó ti jàǹbá ara rẹ̀. Fahinnama yakusu ala nafsi, ara rẹ̀ ló ṣe jàǹbá fún, ara rẹ̀ ló ṣaburú fún. Àmẹ́ni tó bá pé àdéhùn rẹ̀, whoever whoever fulfill the covenant he has made with Allah. Fasa yuti hajira nazima. Ọlọ́run ọba ló wọ́n ṣe ní ẹ̀, òun ó ṣe ẹlẹ́san gidigidi. I have given you the history of this journey. An average Nigerian will go for that road safety job that I told you the story about. If not that God wanted to use me for something here. An average Nigerian, over 90% of Nigerian youth will have gone for the job. If not that God wanted to use me for something else. Nígbà tí mo dá Abuja tí mo struggle for 5 years. Majority of Nigerians would have back and go and pick a job and remain there. But I never did. Ìgbà tí mo kó wá sí Ìlọrin tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ vision yìí, tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ this mission in Ìlọrin, and I was suffering. At a time, tíìmù tí mo ṣe ó túká, a ṣe big event tán, tíìmù túká, àwọn kan gbógun nínú tíìmù, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ ẹ̀yìn àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn mi sí mi. Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ tí mi ò ṣe, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ fún àwọn yòókù mi láburú pé mo aláburú ni mi. Meanwhile, àwọn gẹ́gẹ́ láburú. Bàtà àwọn yẹn gbógun, nítorí ẹ̀ sá padà. Nítorí pé Ọlọ́run lé mi lóbi. If you are in a team and we gave you rules and regulations, we gave you commitment form, and you fill that commitment form and say, yes, I agree, and you are doing something else behind. Allah say that agreement was not with Ango alone, because that is your leader. You are not doing the addition, you are not doing the agreement with me. That commitment form that you sign is not with me that you sign it. You are signing it with God, that you want to support his vision. Yahadullahi fawqa haidin. Allah said, my own hand is on top. That's as you are signing, Allah has also signed. Will you fulfill the covenant? If you want to support this vision, please support the vision. Don't fight the vision underground. Or else, oh, the person will have himself to build. Number 3, and that's where I'm going to round up for this part for today. Be an ambassador. Be an ambassador of the vision. Be an ambassador of the project. Our Virago project, our Design Your Life project, our whatever project, our Feed the Family project, our Feed the Orphans project, our Build an Orphanage Home project. Any project that we are doing, be an ambassador. We are raising a group of people who are living and leading the vision. People who don't stand for something, fall for anything. Right now, some people, you said when you're liar, or when you come and attack network marketing, they will say something that will favor them. I want to nima to office along. One nima ni pa Ọlọ́run ba, wọ́n dẹ̀ fi ṣe tọ́lọ́run, wọ́n fi ṣe tẹ̀sù. Àbí wọ́n fi ṣe nǹkan tó favor ara wọn. Man kana al-bashari an yutiyahumullahu al-kitaba wal-hikma wan-nubuwwat. Summa yaqulu lin-nasi kunu ibadan min dunillahi walakin kunu rabbanina bima kuntum tuallimuna al-kitaba wa bima kuntum tadrusun. Allah said, as àìmọye àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n nímọ̀ nípa Ọlọ́run ọba tá a fún ní lọ́lẹ̀ tá a fún ní làákàyè, síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ wọ́n sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé kọ́ máa sin òun Ọlọ́run, kọ́ máa sin nǹkan míì. Sẹ́yìn làáfà kan ọmọ wa fẹnu bẹnu lu ẹ̀, ọmọ yóò máa bu ẹnu ẹ̀tẹ́ lu tó mọ̀ kó dà. Àbí tí ò bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ tó mọ̀ ṣe ìwádìí rẹ̀ dáadáa, and somebody will just take him like that. Even nínú ẹ̀sìn, ìyapa inú ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí ìrun kíkí. Ìyapa inú ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Táwọn kan bá láwọn fẹ́ máa wojú oòrùn láti máa kírun ní aago báyìí, wípé oòrùn ó tún ti change o, táàmù ti change o. Àwọn kan bẹ nínú ẹ̀sìn, aago méjì náà ni wọ́n ń ká yìí là. Wọn ò change ẹ̀, wọ́n láwọn ọmọ ọ̀sìn, wọ́n mọ̀ kágo, wọ́n mọ̀ kírun aago mọ́kànlá, wọ́n mọ̀ kírun aago méjìlá, aago kan. Ìyapa inú ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló ń fásitì sírun. Àwọn kan wọ́n ń follow weather, wọ́n fi ń change ẹ̀. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ yarí báwo ni máa change ẹ̀. Láàrin nínú ẹ̀sìn nìyẹn o. Àwọn kan láwọn ọmọ sàṣàlátù. Àwọn ọmọ sàṣàlátù every week, àwọn ọmọ rántí Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run ní káwọn ọmọ ṣe síkìrì. Àwọn kan lè lọ́pọ̀ ọmọ náà ni wọ́n ní bídíà ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Ní iṣẹ́ tọ́lọ́run bá sọ pé òun gan ń ṣe, òun ń sàṣàlátù. Ọlọ́run lóhun àtàwọn màláìkà àwọn ń sàṣàlátù fún ànábì wa Muhammad àwọn kan wọ́n pé fáì káwọn náà máa dídì máa ṣe ká máa fi táàmù sí wọn náà ànábì òṣè lọ́jọ́ ayé rẹ̀ so bídíà ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fáìtì wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pè wọ́n lọ́mọ náà sẹ́yìn ẹlẹ́nìkan wàá sọ páwa tá à ń ṣe network marketing pọ́mọ náà ni wá ní ọ̀wà jọ wá lójú orí ẹ̀sìn Ọlọ́run ọba gan àwọn àfọ́ ọ̀gbọ́ra wọn yé ìyapa inú wà. So guys, open your mind. Some people have already turned themselves to tool of poverty. They will be saying things that will keep people to perpetual poverty, and they will be using the same people as the source of their own sustenance. Tí ẹ bá ṣe pé network marketing ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa ṣí ojú àwọn mùsùlùmí kan sí ọ̀rọ̀ bó lẹ̀ ẹ́ ṣe ń dọlọ́rọ̀. Network marketing ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa ní independent mind ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa ronú deep. Wọn ò ti fẹ́ máa fìdí gbolẹ̀ mọ́. Wọ́n ti wò pé àwọn fẹ́ máa wà more productive. Àwọn kan wọ́n á rò pé àwọn ti ń lùsì wọn tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé lágbájá àmọ́ rí déédéé mọ́ ní ìpàdé àmọ́ rí kíní kò lọ ìjáde mọ́. Èèyàn tí ò lóúnjẹ ńlé kò fóúnjẹ ńlé sí ìyàwó rẹ̀. Àwọn ìyàwó àtọmọ tí wọ́n jẹ́ ńlé òṣùọ̀ fún wọn kò níṣẹ́ gidi ìyàwó ò níṣẹ́ gidi ó sì lóun lọ jáde yóò wá lọ jáde for months. Àwọn ìyàwó rẹ̀ ó ti lálà ṣe kí wọ́n tó dé. So irú àwọn ẹ̀ báwọn wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gba network marketing ó wá di pé èyí nílé tẹ̀lé yín lọ jáde lọ́tẹ̀ yìí business tí mo kàn tí mo ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ nísìnyí kò tí ì fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ kankan. Ìròyìn tí wọ́n ń dé bá wọn wípé àwọn èèyàn wá ti lọ ń join àwọn network marketing kan wọ́n ti lọ ń join àwọn kìnnìkan wọ́n pe kìnnìkan network marketing gbogbo wọn nísìnyí onímọ̀ọ́sẹ̀ máa ń ronú owó ti pé iye wa ti fẹ́ máa sí. Wọ́n wá ń pe conference láàrin ara wọn wọ́n wá ń gbìmọ̀ pọ̀ ìpè dàpọ̀ àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn mi àti fẹ́ máa lùsì wọn o business kan ni wọ́n ń ṣe ní ìsìtú ọ̀ráyè à ń jòkó jẹ̀mọ́ nǹkan kan à ń lọ jáde à ń ṣe kíní jáde mọ́. Ọ̀nà tí kálukú ọgbà jí sí Ọlọ́run pọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi. Wọ́n wá ń ṣe deliberately to discourage Muslim brothers from joining genuine business like network marketing. The same afa tó ti agree rí ipe network marketing tó ní product tó wà product base ó wà genuine ó wà legal ó wà halal ó ní lópin ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ bá ti lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti jẹ ìtẹ̀ ń ṣe halal ni lópin ìgbà tẹ́ pé tẹ́ ẹ bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí kèé ṣe haram ajá pé halal ni tẹ́ ń ṣe níṣẹ́ ó ní gbogbo òwò lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe ní halal ọ̀ǹtì tá a bá tó rí nǹkan tó lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe léèwọ̀ nínú ẹ̀ bíi rìbá bíi ẹran ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ bíi ọtí. Bank, Nigerian Commercial Bank, Agricultural Bank, Industrial Banks, gbogbo àwọn báńkì tá a kà sílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n ń gba rìbá wọ́n ń yá wọn traders lówó wọ́n ń yá farmers lówó wọ́n ń gba interest. Èèyàn tí bá ń tọ́tí ó ń ṣe bísínẹ́sì haram nítorí pé ọtí mímu Ọlọ́run ti ṣe ní haram gbogbo ẹni tí bá ń ta iṣẹ́ haram lòun náà ń ṣe. Báńkì ń gba rìbá Ọlọ́run ti ṣe rìbá ní haram so báńkì ń gba rìbá ahalàláhu bẹ́ẹ̀há wa àrọ́mọ̀ rìbá Ọlọ́run ọba lòun ṣe òwò ṣíṣe ní ẹ̀tọ́ fún wa òun ṣe owó èlé ní èèwọ̀ fún wa so gbogbo ẹni tí bá ń gba owó èlé iṣẹ́ èèwọ̀ ló ń ṣe ó ń ṣe haram gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ náà òun náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ haram ẹ̀mẹ́ẹ̀ló làwọn àfà tí wọ́n ń pe conference yìí ẹ̀mẹ́ẹ̀ló ni wọ́n ń pe conference wípé báńkì o haram ni gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ tọ́ ẹ lọ wá nǹkan mi ṣe o kẹ́ má bàa wọ́n ná wọn ò ṣe wá sí ẹ̀ fún wọn rather they became consultants to these banks. They became consultants to big banks. CBN is also a commercial bank, but it is owned and controlled by the federal government. Why I said it's a commercial bank? Only nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí báńkì nísìn tó bá fẹ́ liquidate or whatever. Tẹ́gbẹ́ CBN ló máa yá wọn lówó láti rescue báńkì yẹn. there could be a situation whereby CBN may have to step in to salvage a collapsing bank. And if they do such, they will surely collect interest on whatever money they spent. Ribana niye, this same shehu ton sewasi ipe banki, ipe network marketing is haram. Is a consultant to CBN. Go and do your find out. Is what CBN doing Islamic? CBN is involved in some transactions that is un-Islamic, and you are an advisor to them. Have you advised them to remove everything that is un-Islamic, or at least they should make sure that anything that is un-Islamic, they don't do it with Muslims? One fee. How many times have you done lecture láti condemn àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní bank tí wọ́n ń gba rìbá? Àwọn mùsùlùmí tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ nílé ọtí, how many times have you done lecture? Èyí tó wọ́ sí nísìnyí tẹ́tẹ́, wọ́n ń ta tẹ́tẹ́, àwọn èèyàn ń ta bàbá jẹ̀bú, kìíní kan bet kìíní káàkiri. How many times have you done conference to discourage them? We are working here. Wọ́n láwọn ti béèrè question lọ́wọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn, ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé professional mélòó, and thank God he made a statement in his speech. I'm referring to Professor Abdulmajid Alaro. Whoever is seeing this video should make sure it gets to him. Wọ́n ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí Ṣéhù kan ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, tẹ́ bá lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ni wọ́n fi pamọ́ fún yín. Wọn ò ní nítorí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe nìyẹn. So they didn't bother to ask us because they are afraid we might add things from them. Sẹ́yìn ò ní làákàyè tẹ́ fi gbé nǹkan tá a bá sọ fún yín yẹ̀wò ni. Why are you running away from truth or from reality? They refuse to ask questions from professionals because they fear that we may deceive them. If we deceive you and you pass a wrong fatwa, then the sin will be on our head. It will not be on you. They are afraid of making mistakes and they are falling into outright errors of passing ungodly fatwa. Thank God, but you know, Pari, as a way, allow Halam, allow Bacolon Fele, buying, come on, buying ledger, and my there is possibility. If you don't want it, Dalumo, or when you pay, one guy, yes, no, Ọlọ́run ní ẹni tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ kó jẹ. Are you with me? Wọ́n lé ẹni tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ kó jẹ. Tàrí evidence nínú Quran. Quran 9 verse 60. Suratu At-Tawbah. Ó ní innamal sadaqatu. Bada usbillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Innamal sadaqatu lil fuqara'i wal masakin wal amilina alayha. Ọlọ́run ní wa Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tẹ́ bá ti ń gba sàká, ẹ máa fáwọn aláìní, ẹ máa fáwọn atọrọ jẹ, àtàwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ lórí sàká. That is an evidence pé ẹni tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ kó jẹ ni. So ẹ gbàgbọ́ pé àwọn tá a pè wọlé iṣẹ́ la ṣe lórí wọn. Tí company bá san kọ́ bá san commission fún wa kò burú. Àmọ́ problem tẹ́ ẹ ní ni pé àwọn tí ẹ ń ṣàwọn la pè wọlé. Tí company tún gbowó tó tún sanwó fún wa lórí ẹ̀yẹn, ìyẹn lẹ pè ní haram torí pé a ṣe nǹkankan. It is your assumption pé a ṣe nǹkankan. You should have asked us, come and defend why you should end on these other generations. Ká sọ fún yín pé à ń ṣe ìyálà ìyàsẹ́ lórí wọn. I have done a comprehensive video on that. Go and look out on my Facebook page and our official Design Your Life Project Facebook page. Gbogbo àwa network àtẹ́bá ti rí fídíò yìí àti àwọn any other one tó wà related tí mo ti treat àwọn issue yìí. Forward it to as many of your friends and family and contacts. Forward it, share it to the public. Let it go viral. Lè máa wá kó àwọn èèyàn sóko ẹrú. Àwọn èèyàn tó wọ́n tó dáńtọ́ pé wọn ò rí nǹkan kan ṣe. Dẹ̀ lè help wọn. Àwọn tá wá help wọn in good number. Ẹ wá ń discourage wa. Ẹ wá ń fẹnu ẹ̀ tẹ́pà wá jẹ́ out of ignorance. Nobody knows it all. You can be an expert in Sharia law, but you cannot be an expert in every other person's profession. Tí àwọn House of Assemblies, National Assemblies, tó bá fẹ́ tó máa fẹ́ regulate a particular sector of the economy. If the legislator wanted to form legislations over a particular career or industry, kí ni wọ́n máa ń ṣe? They will use to call the expert in charge. They will call them. Bó lẹ́sẹ̀ ń ṣe sẹ́yìn, bó lẹ́sẹ̀ ń gbowó, kí ni àwọn challenges tó wà ń bẹ̀, kí ni àwọn àdójúkọ tó wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n interview wọn exhaustively. Their client, one better question before they formulate law. In your home, you are formulating law that network marketing is haram, and you have never spoken to any professional that what is sought, that is of reputation in Nigeria. Let them tell us one single name of a networker that they interviewed. One single professional in network marketing. Thank God they let the cat out of the bag by saying that they didn't bother to ask those of us doing the business, because if they do, we may hide things from them. And you condemn. I've given some 3 instances. Èyàn lè join lónìí, kódà quit lọ́la, kódà tó quit lọ́la yẹn, ó ti pè yẹn wọlé lónìí, kí lẹ fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó pè wọlé, ó ti dẹrù leader rẹ̀ nìyẹn, sóhun ló pè wọlé ni, àmọ́ òun ni ó ṣe wàhálà lórí rẹ̀, òun ní ọkọ̀ tó fi dàgbà, ìdí nìyẹn tí company wa ṣe ń sanwó lórí àwọn tẹ́ ẹ̀ pè wọlé fún ara yín, to encourage people in the up rank to carry everybody in their team along and play an overriding team support. Téèyàn bá jẹ́ èèyàn mẹ́wàá, bóyá èèyàn mẹ́wàá kan jọ́ ní lónìí olónìí, àwọn mẹ́wàá rẹ̀ wọ́n wá pé èèyàn méjì wọlé láàrin oṣù kan, ó mọ̀ ti dèyàn 30, gbogbo èèyàn 30 yẹn, they are babies in the business, wọ́n yìí kéré wọn ò ní mọ̀, wọ́n ẹsẹ̀ jọ́ ní wọn ò lówó, wọn ò tí make owó. Tí nídìí bá wá wà láti make some provision, bóyá primary school àbí secondary school tí wọ́n ń lò láti fi ṣe seminar, àwọn school lé wọn, a máa ń ṣe network marketing from school láti dáadáa. Ibi táwọn èèyàn bàtàwùjọ ọmọ support wa náà ni nísìn government schools, they even close their doors against us. If you go to a principal, pé kọ́ fún aláyè ká máa ṣe network marketing presentation, they will tell you to go to Subeb. Wọ́n máa ní kẹ́ lọ sí teaching service commission, kẹ́ lọ gba lẹ́tà wa. Tẹ́lẹ̀ principal máa ń allow wa, headmaster, they allow us to use their classes for business in those days. Now they make this difficult for networkers who didn't have money, who are starting from the scratch. So now everybody is taking to collecting office of their own and parent and equip it and furnish it. Centers a better business from us saying it is the leader, overall leader who is capable. To about selfish, to understand the business, he will be the one that will take charge of that responsibility for everybody in his team, even if they are 100 generations down. That is second reason why company is paying for all of those generations that you are confused about. Ẹ̀yin lè máa ń sọ sàlàkàtì jàríyà, tẹ́ bá kọ́mọ ní kéwú, àbẹ́ bá kọ́mọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, bàbá rẹ̀ máa gbaládá, tí bàbá yẹn bá kú, àbí ìyá rẹ̀ tó bá kú, tó bá wà nínú sàárè, wọ́n máa gbaládá. Sàlàkàtì jàríyà fọ́ọ̀mù tuntun náà ni, we are following the land of Allah. Gbogbo iṣẹ́ tẹ́ bá ṣe kalẹ̀ lórí èèyàn, ẹ̀yin ló máa jàǹfààní rẹ̀ láéláé. That will motivate you to always want to do good on your generations, even though you are not the one that brought them directly. Tẹ́ bá nídìí àlàyé, ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó yé. There are people that are better than me in network marketing in Nigeria, that they are Muslims. How many of them have you questioned? How many of you have you interviewed? Have you ever even joined the business? Táwọn ọlọ́pàá bá fẹ́ ṣe ìwádìí olè, tó bá fẹ́ mú alágbára kan, tó bá fẹ́ mú yẹn tó ò fẹ́ kó bọ́ mbẹ́, wọ́n dìídì pretend bí ọmọ ọ̀tá, wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ join the gang yẹn, a CID yóò join the gang yẹn, yóò lọ jalè pẹ̀lú wọn, but ìjọba mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí underground spy ni, wọ́n kó wọn papọ̀, wọ́n jọ tì wọ́n máa ń náwó papọ̀ pọ̀ máwọn ọ̀daràn, yóò di ọ̀rẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́daràn, ọ̀daràn mọ̀ pé àjọ pàdé nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n lájọ pàdé, táwọn méjèèjì bá wá jáde padà, kò ní rí ẹni yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí wọ́n suspect, yóò rí gẹ́gẹ́ bíi pé ẹlẹ́wọ̀n kan làwọn méjèèjì, wọ́n wá mú ọmọ àwọn èèyàn ńláńlá ọ̀gá wọn pátápátá, they will take them to their inner circle. Ibẹ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ tí wọ́n máa fún authority ní information as a spy, wọ́n fi wá mú èèyàn ńláńlá yẹn balẹ̀. Ìyẹn aláburú ńláńlá yẹn, having criminal wọ́n fi mú balẹ̀. Àbí wọ́n dìídì dẹ obìnrin sí, ìgbẹ́ kọ́ lọ fẹ́ níyàwó as girlfriend, tí wọ́n fi mọ agbára rẹ̀. How many people have you planted in network marketing to really do the business for some time to investigate? Have you even personally joined so that you can have access to our literature, so that you can have access to our compensation plan? People just suddenly decide this business is ungodly and they are passing fatwa without deep assignment. If you care, call for a conference. All the Muslim scholars should call for a conference. It can't buy any lu. I want young yolosi. I want man say yahoo yahoo. Read kakasesi. I want that one take off the street. Emba holoko jeni boro. Ọlọ́run bí tẹ́ bá ṣe kankan sí. You need to take correction. So please, those of you that are here, you know that this has been heated truly for some days now. We will stop doing our business apologetically. We are 100% sure what we are doing is a godly business. Anytime say pẹ̀lú wa, ẹ mọ̀ pé akọ́ṣẹ́ là ń ṣe. Ọ̀lẹ ò lè ṣe business yìí. As many of them are lazy, they can't do the business and they are discouraging those who are doing it. Be an ambassador of this vision of liberating people from poverty. Be an ambassador of network marketing. Be an ambassador of Dream Life International. Pẹ̀lú ògùn Ọlọ́run, á bá níbi tó dáa, á bá níbi tó sunwọ̀n. We are turning ordinary people to extraordinary millionaires. It's not only money that we are making. We are giving personal development. We are giving financial education, communication skills, time improve our èèyàn. Anybody tó bá fi network marketing lẹ̀, tó bá lọ síbò míì, lókùn ìgbà tó bá jẹ training dáadáa bí tó wà yẹn, pẹ̀lú ògùn Ọlọ́run, á ràn lára rẹ̀ bí tó bá lọ. The 7 articles of rebirth. Number 1, be selfless. Number 2, be loyal. And number 3, be an ambassador of the vision. This is where I'm going to be wrapping it up. So this is Rebirth episode 1. Watch out for episode 2, inshallah. Thank you. God bless you. Over to you, my coordinator.